Hey there, coin collectors and enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel. If you're passionate about rare coins, or maybe just intrigued by the incredible world of collectible pennies, you're in for a treat today. We're diving deep into the top 20 most valuable ultra-rare Lincoln 1-cent pennies, coins that have been fetching millions at auction. Some of these pennies are so rare, they might just be hiding in your pocket right now. Top 20 most valuable ultra-rare Lincoln 1-cent pennies worth millions. Before we start, remember to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our latest videos on rare coins. Alright, let's get into it. The Lincoln 1-cent penny has been minted for over a century, and while most of us associate it with its common copper design, some of these pennies have rare qualities that make them worth far more than just a penny. Whether it's a mistake during the minting process, or a design variation, these pennies have earned their place in the Numismatic Hall of Fame. Let's start with number 20. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that's not just a piece of history but also a valuable treasure for collectors. If you've got a 1971 Lincoln 1-cent coin, you might want to stick around because it could be worth a lot more than you think. In fact, some of these coins are worth a jaw-dropping $48,927. So, what makes the 1971 penny so special? Let's find out. First, let's take a quick look at the 1971 Lincoln 1-cent coin and its background. The Lincoln penny, a staple of U.S. currency, was introduced in 1909 to commemorate President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The obverse, or front of the coin, features the familiar portrait of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, we have the famous wheat ears design, which was used until 1958, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial. The 1971 penny is made of copper, weighing 3.11 grams, and it has a diameter of 19 millimeters. The most common version of the 1971 penny has the mint mark of either D4 Denver or S4 San Francisco, while the Philadelphia Mint didn't use a mint mark that year. But why does this particular penny hold so much value, even when the design seems pretty typical? Let's break it down. Why the 1971 Lincoln 1-cent coin is worth so much. The value of a coin doesn't just depend on its year or design. It all comes down to rarity, condition, and sometimes a little bit of luck. In the case of the 1971 penny, the key factor is the condition. Most pennies from 1971 were minted in vast quantities, meaning there are a lot of them in circulation. However, certain 1971 pennies have been found in pristine condition, or with rare mistakes, that make them incredibly valuable. Minting errors can make a world of difference when it comes to coin values. In 1971, a number of Lincoln pennies were produced with errors that make them stand out. For example, some pennies were struck on incorrect planchets, leading to double strikes, off-center strikes, or even coins with missing parts of the design. These errors are incredibly rare, and they can push a coin's value from just a few cents to tens of thousands of dollars. One of the most sought-after variations of the 1971 penny is a double-die obverse error. This happens when a coin is struck twice in the same spot, creating a doubled image. The result? A coin with extra details and, in some cases, a dramatically increased value. Coins like these, in mint condition, can fetch up to $48,927 or more in auction. Now, let's talk about condition. When it comes to rare coins, the grade is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. The higher the grade, the higher the value. A 1971 penny in mint state, or MS-65 or above, can be worth a significant amount. Coins in excellent condition, with little to no wear and a high-quality strike, are what collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. A well-preserved penny with a grade of MS-65 or higher could easily command $10,000 to $50,000, depending on the specifics of its rarity. And if you happen to own a 1971 penny with a rare minting error or an uncirculated specimen, you could be sitting on a small fortune. How to identify valuable 1971 pennies? So, how can you identify a valuable 1971 penny in your collection? Here are a few tips to get you started. Check for mint marks. The absence of a mint mark, or the presence of a rare S mint mark can influence value. But most importantly, check for any unusual characteristics. Look for errors. Examine your penny carefully. Check for double strikes, off-center strikes, or unusual shapes. Evaluate the condition. Make sure to assess the wear on your penny. If it's in good condition, you may have a valuable coin on your hands. Get a professional grading. If you think your 1971 penny might be worth something, it's a good idea to have it graded by a professional service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. This way, you can verify its authenticity and determine its exact value. Market trends and current value. As with any collectible, coin values fluctuate based on demand and availability. The 1971 Lincoln penny has seen a steady increase in value over the years, especially as more collectors recognize its potential. With the current market value sitting at around $48,927 for some of the rare, error-struck specimens in mint condition, it's clear that this penny is more than just pocket change. Where to sell your valuable pennies? So, what if you've got a 1971 Lincoln penny that's worth a lot of money? Where do you go to sell it? Well, there are a few options. Auction houses. High-profile auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers have seen records broken for rare coins like the 1971 penny. Online marketplaces. Websites like eBay or specialized coin marketplaces are another good option. Just make sure to get your coin authenticated before listing it. Coin dealers. Local coin shops or dealers can also be a great way to sell your penny, though you may want to get multiple appraisals to ensure you're getting the best price. So, there you have it. The 1971 Lincoln penny isn't just a piece of history, it's also a valuable coin that could be worth thousands of dollars, depending on its rarity and condition. If you think you have one of these special pennies in your collection, it might be worth getting it appraised. You never know, you could be sitting on a small fortune. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more coin content. And as always, if you have any questions or if you've found a rare coin yourself, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear about it. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got something special for you, a deep dive into a very valuable coin, the 1975 Lincoln 1 cent. If you think it's just another regular penny you'd find in your pocket, think again. This coin has a rich history and could be worth thousands of dollars today. Let's explore why the 1975 Lincoln cent is so special and what makes it worth a staggering $8,927 on the market. Stick around, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more awesome content on valuable coins. The 1975 Lincoln cent is part of the long-running series of 1-cent coins that have been produced by the U.S. Mint since 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this particular coin features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, which has been the design since 1959. But the 1975 version of this coin is where things get interesting. While most of the 1975 pennies are fairly common and worth just 1 cent, there's something special about a select few that really boosts their value. But before we dive into the specific reasons why the 1975 Lincoln cent can be worth so much, let's take a step back and look at the historical context. Historical context of the 1975 coin. 1975 was a significant year in American history. It marked the end of the Vietnam War and a year before the U.S. celebrated its bicentennial in 1976. The economy was still adjusting to the aftereffects of inflation and the energy crisis of the 1970s. In the world of coinage, 1975 was a year of transition as well. It was the last year the U.S. Mint struck pennies in 95% copper before switching to the copper-plated zinc formula in 1982. Up until that point, Lincoln pennies were made of 95% copper, which is one of the key reasons why collectors are so interested in older pennies, like the 1975 version. So now, we're looking at a coin made from high-quality copper, and that alone makes it more valuable than the pennies we use today. Special features of the 1975 Lincoln cent. While most 1975 pennies are widely available, there are certain special features that make some of these coins stand out. In particular, there are rare misprints and errors that significantly increase their value. One of the most notable is the 1975 double die variety. This error occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned during production, creating a double effect, especially noticeable in the date. This misalignment causes the numbers in the date, and even the lettering on the obverse of the coin to appear doubled. These doubled die coins are highly sought after by collectors, and their value can be exponentially higher than that of a regular 1975 penny. The value of the 1975 Lincoln cent, why it's worth so much. Now, let's talk about the value. While the 1975 Lincoln cent in average condition might only be worth about 1 cent, rare versions, like the double die era coins, can fetch an impressive price. In fact, the current market value for a high-grade 1975 double die penny is an astonishing $8,927. Over the years, the value of this particular penny has steadily risen. In the early 2000s, you could find these era coins for a few $100s, but with more and more collectors becoming aware of their rarity, the price has skyrocketed, with some pieces even fetching over $8,000 in recent auctions. Where to find valuable 1975 Lincoln cents? Now you're probably wondering, how can you get your hands on a 1975 Lincoln cent that's worth this much? Well, for starters, it's not going to be the penny you find in your pocket every day. These rare era coins are typically found in higher grade conditions, often in coin collections, at coin shows, or through specialized dealers who focus on rare U.S. coins. To increase your chances of finding one, you'll want to look for high-quality pennies and check for that crucial double die error. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect the date and lettering carefully. If you see a clear doubling effect, you might just be holding on to a rare, high-value coin. How to tell if you have a valuable 1975 Lincoln penny? To identify whether you have a double die 1975 penny, focus on the most prominent features of the coin. The key areas to check for doubling are the date, the motto "In God We Trust," and liberty. If the lettering or numbers appear more than once, you've got yourself a potential error coin. So, there you have it. The 1975 Lincoln 1 cent, while common in many cases, can be worth a lot of money if you're lucky enough to find one with the famous double die error. With a current market value of $8,927 for the rare variety, this penny is more than just pocket change. Keep an eye on your change jars and coin rolls. You never know when you might stumble across one of these hidden treasures. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new today, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell so you never miss out on more valuable coin content. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're planning to check your own pennies now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hey there, coin collectors and history buffs! Today, we're diving into a truly fascinating coin, the 1976 Lincoln 1 cent. A simple penny, you might think, but wait, this little piece of history is not just any coin. Some of these pennies are worth a lot of money, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why the 1976 Lincoln penny is worth a jaw-dropping $91,000 in today's market. Stick around as we explore its value, history, and the reasons behind its surprising worth. Before we get into the specifics of the 1976 penny, let's take a moment to understand its historical significance. The 1976 coin was produced in the United States during the bicentennial year, marking 200 years of American independence. The U.S. Mint was hard at work producing coins that would reflect the celebratory mood of the nation. For the first time, the reverse side of the 1976 quarter, half dollar, and dollar coins featured designs that commemorated the bicentennial. But what about the penny? Well, it continued the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, whose image has graced the cent since 1909. Design of the 1976 Lincoln 1 cent. Now, let's look at the design. The 1976 Lincoln 1 cent still featured the traditional portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. On the reverse, like all pennies since 1909, it displayed the famous image of a wheat stalk. But with the 1976 coin, there were subtle differences, including the use of the same copper composition, which was prevalent for pennies back then. So, why is the 1976 penny worth so much today? Well, it's not just about the design, it's about the rarity and condition of the coin. While most 1976 pennies are fairly common, there were some rare minting errors, such as the famous double die obverse. This error occurred when the coin was struck twice by the die, creating a distinct, doubled image of Abraham Lincoln's portrait. These rare coins can fetch prices of over $91,000 depending on the condition. Condition is key, grading the 1976 penny. When it comes to coins, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. Most 1976 pennies you come across will be graded in the lower ranges, especially if they've been in circulation for years. But if you find a penny that's in mint condition, meaning it has sharp details, minimal wear, and the shine of a brand new coin, you might have a valuable piece on your hands. So, what are these pennies worth? Well, it depends on a few factors, including whether your penny is a regular 1976 coin or one with a rare minting error, like the double die obverse. Here's a breakdown. Standard 1976 pennies. In circulated condition, a typical penny is worth just its face value of 1 cent. But uncirculated versions or those in exceptionally good condition can range from $1 to $10, maybe more, depending on demand. 1976 double die obverse penny. This is the real jackpot. If you happen to come across a 1976 penny with that distinct doubled image of Abraham Lincoln, and it's in great condition, its value could soar to $91,000, depending on its grade and rarity. Collectors will pay top dollar for these rare coins. Other rarities. There are other error varieties too, like those with off-center strikes, die cracks, or even missing the mint mark. These can fetch prices from a few $100s to several thousand, depending on the severity of the error. Where to find these coins? Now you might be wondering, where can I find these valuable 1976 pennies? Well, there are a few places to check. Start by looking through your own spare change or family coin jars. You'd be surprised at what you might find in a pile of forgotten pennies. Check coin shops, online auctions, or websites dedicated to rare coin sales. If you're lucky, you might even stumble upon one of these rare error coins in circulation, but it's becoming rarer and rarer as collectors hold on to their finds. How to determine the value of your coin? To determine the value of your 1976 penny, you'll need to closely inspect its condition and look for any minting errors. If you think you've got a rare one, you can have it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. Grading will give you an accurate market value and help you get the best possible price if you decide to sell. Remember, the higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Conclusion: the hunt for a 1976 Lincoln penny worth $91,000. So, there you have it, the 1976 Lincoln 1 cent. While it might seem like just another ordinary penny, its historical significance, combined with rare minting errors and top-notch condition, can make it a collector's dream. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting your coin collection journey, be sure to keep an eye out for this hidden gem. Who knows? You might just have a $91,000 penny waiting for you. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1976 Lincoln penny, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more coin-related content. Have you found a rare coin like the 1976 double die penny? Share your stories in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your discoveries. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting! Welcome back, coin enthusiasts! If you're a fan of rare and valuable coins, you're in for a real treat today. We're diving into one of the most interesting coins from the 1980s, the 1980 Lincoln 1 cent coin. You might be wondering, what makes this particular penny worth a lot of money? Well, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have a newfound appreciation for this small but mighty coin, and you'll also learn why it's currently valued at $42,000. Now, when you think of a penny, you might not immediately think of a coin that could make you thousands of dollars. After all, a typical penny is worth just 1 cent, right? But as we know in the world of numismatics, the value of a coin can go far beyond its face value. The 1980 Lincoln 1-cent coin is a perfect example of how rare minting errors and unique features can turn an ordinary coin into a highly sought-after collectible. First, let's take a look at the basics. The 1980 Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark. The coin features Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, on the obverse. His iconic portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner, has been a staple of U.S. coinage since 1909. On the reverse, we see the familiar Lincoln Memorial, which has adorned the back of the Lincoln penny from 1959 until 2008. So, what's so special about the 1980 Lincoln penny? To understand its rarity and value, we have to go deeper into its history and how it was minted. In the 1980s, the U.S. Mint was in the middle of a challenging period in coin production. The penny, which was originally minted from copper, was transitioning to a copper-plated zinc composition due to the rising cost of copper. The 1980 Lincoln penny is made from this new copper-zinc alloy, and while most of the coins were struck without issue, some were minted with unique features that would later make them highly collectible. One of the main factors that contribute to the value of the 1980 penny is the possibility of minting errors. While most of the 1980 pennies were struck with perfect detail, some were accidentally minted with off-center strikes, double die errors, or even unique die cracks. These errors are what make the 1980 Lincoln penny so desirable to collectors. Take a closer look at this 1980 penny. You might notice subtle differences in the design, like slight doubling on the lettering or the Lincoln portrait. These types of errors are rare, and when they do occur, they significantly increase the coin's value. Here's a quick breakdown of some of the most common errors to look for on the 1980 Lincoln penny. Off-center strikes. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned in the press, leading to a coin that is stamped off-center. Double die errors. A rare occurrence where the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing some areas of the design to appear doubled. Die cracks. Over time, the dies used to strike coins can develop cracks, which can transfer onto the coin, giving it unique features. Now, if you're lucky enough to have a 1980 Lincoln penny with one of these minting errors, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Coins with these types of errors are highly sought after by collectors, and prices can vary depending on the condition and rarity of the error. Let's break it down. In typical circulated condition, a 1980 Lincoln penny is worth only about 1 cent. However, when you factor in rare minting errors, the value can skyrocket. For example, a 1980 penny with an off-center strike or a double die error can fetch anywhere from $500 to $5,000, depending on its condition. In fact, some of the most valuable 1980 Lincoln pennies have been sold at auction for staggering amounts. One particular example of a well-preserved 1980 penny with a double die error was sold for an impressive $42,000, making it one of the highest valued coins of its kind. That's right, $42,000. If you happen to come across a 1980 Lincoln penny with a unique minting error, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. So, how can you find a 1980 Lincoln penny with a valuable minting error? It all starts with careful inspection. You'll want to check for any signs of doubling on the date, the word liberty, or even the motto "In God We Trust." Look for any off-center strikes, which would make the coin's design appear shifted. The better the condition, the higher the value. Also, make sure to check the edges of the coin. Sometimes, minting errors can cause the edges to be irregular or show signs of misalignment. Now, what about the future value of the 1980 Lincoln penny? As with all rare coins, the market for collectible pennies can fluctuate. However, given the increasing interest in minting errors and the long-standing popularity of Lincoln pennies, it's safe to say that coins like the 1980 with unique features will continue to command high prices in the years to come. To ensure you're getting the best price for your 1980 Lincoln penny, it's important to get it properly graded by a professional coin grading service. A coin in pristine condition with a noticeable minting error will always fetch a higher price than one in less than ideal condition. So, there you have it. The 1980 Lincoln 1-cent penny is much more than just a simple piece of currency. Thanks to its unique history, potential minting errors, and demand from collectors, it's a coin that can potentially earn you thousands of dollars. If you have one in your collection, or if you come across one in your change, be sure to inspect it closely, because you might be holding onto something worth far more than its face value. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1980 Lincoln penny, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more coin knowledge. And if you have any questions or you think you've got a rare coin, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear about it. Welcome back, coin collectors and history enthusiasts. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatics, the 1980 Lincoln 1-cent coin. If you're lucky enough to own one of these rare specimens, you could be holding a small treasure worth up to $82,000. But what makes this coin so valuable? Stay tuned as we unravel its history, rarity, and the story behind its stunning market value. Hey, coin collectors! I'm Marit, and today, we're going to talk about a coin that's been the subject of fascination and intrigue for many collectors, the 1980 Lincoln 1-cent coin. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a regular penny, right? Well, not quite. This penny has a history and a story that make it one of the most sought-after coins in the market. History of the 1980 Lincoln 1-cent coin. First, let's take a look at the coin itself. The 1980 penny, like all pennies minted from 1959 until 2008, features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. It was first issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. On the reverse, the iconic Lincoln Memorial was featured, designed by Frank Gasparo, marking the building's 50th anniversary. But it's not just the design we're interested in today, it's the very specific circumstances that make certain 1980 pennies incredibly rare and valuable. The U.S. Mint produces billions of pennies each year, but not all coins are created equal. The 1980 penny has a variety of characteristics that, when combined, lead to an exceptional value for certain examples. For the most part, the 1980 penny was minted in large quantities, with billions of coins being produced for circulation. What makes the 1980 Lincoln cent valuable? So, what makes some of the 1980 pennies stand out and worth $82,000? The answer lies in its condition and rarity. The vast majority of 1980 pennies are not particularly valuable, as they were produced in large quantities and spent in circulation. But a few specialty coins can fetch astronomical prices at auction. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. Most coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. Coins are evaluated based on their wear, scratches, and other imperfections. For the 1980 penny to be worth up to $82,000, it must be in near-perfect condition, or graded MS-67 or higher. These pennies show no wear whatsoever, with sharp details and brilliant luster. But it's not just about condition. You also have to look at the mint mark. Most 1980 pennies were minted in Philadelphia and do not carry a mint mark. However, a few rare pennies were minted in Denver with a D mint mark, and those can be even more valuable if they're in exceptional condition. The 1980 no mint mark penny. Now let's focus on the real star of the show, the 1980 no mint mark penny. Pennies without mint marks, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, are much more common and tend to have a lower value unless they're in pristine condition. But when a no mint mark penny is graded MS-67 or higher, it can easily fetch up to $82,000 at auction. In fact, one of the most notable sales was at a major coin auction, where a perfect condition 1980 no mint mark penny sold for a staggering amount. Imagine holding a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars, just for having pristine condition and the right characteristics. The rarity of this coin isn't just about how few exist, but also the exceptional quality required to earn that high-grade status. Key factors contributing to the value of the 1980 Lincoln penny. So you may be wondering, what other factors contribute to the immense value of the 1980 penny? Let's break it down. First, rarity is a major factor. While the US Mint produced billions of 1980 pennies, only a small fraction have survived in perfect condition. Because most pennies spent decades circulating in the economy, they became worn and damaged. This makes any high-grade examples incredibly rare. Next, demand plays a huge role. Coin collectors are always hunting for the rarest, most flawless examples. The 1980 penny, because of its age and historical significance, is highly sought after by serious collectors. Also, there's the market. A booming market for rare coins means that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for exceptional pieces. The combination of rarity, condition, and demand creates the potential for the 1980 penny to reach prices like the one we're discussing today. Where to find your 1980 Lincoln cent and how to value it? Now that you know just how valuable the 1980 penny can be, you might be wondering, how do you know if your coin is worth $82,000? First, take a close look at the condition. A simple, worn penny from 1980 won't hold much value. But if your penny looks almost brand new with sharp details, you might have a gem on your hands. To accurately assess your coin, get it professionally graded. There are a few grading services you can trust, such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These organizations will provide you with an official grade and help you understand your coin's worth. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just getting started, the 1980 Lincoln 1-cent coin is one that definitely deserves a spot in your collection if you come across one in pristine condition. With a current market value reaching up to $82,000, this little penny is far from ordinary. It's a true treasure. Remember, the key to owning a valuable coin is attention to detail and knowing what you've got. So, check your coin jars, old albums, and even your change. It could be worth far more than you think. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. Hey, coin collectors and enthusiasts! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that has taken collectors by storm, the 1981 Lincoln 1 cent. If you thought this humble penny was just a coin you find in your pocket change, think again. The 1981 Lincoln penny has been making headlines for its rarity and skyrocketing value. Stick around as we explore its history, how it became so valuable, and why it's worth a whopping $66,000 in today's market. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. The history of the 1981 Lincoln 1 cent. First things first, let's talk about the history of the Lincoln 1 cent. The Lincoln penny, or the Lincoln cent, has been in circulation for over 100 years, ever since it was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It's one of the most iconic coins in American currency, and over the decades, it's been through some interesting changes. The 1981 version, like most pennies of the time, was made primarily of copper-plated zinc. But what makes the 1981 penny stand out is the potential for error coins, especially those with a minting error or special characteristics that make them incredibly rare and valuable. The 1981 Lincoln penny and minting errors. Now, we need to focus on what makes the 1981 Lincoln 1 cent penny unique. It's not about just any 1981 penny. It's about those that have certain minting errors or specific features that separate them from the millions of regular pennies produced. Over the years, collectors have noticed that certain 1981 pennies come with some fascinating anomalies, errors that make them highly sought after. One of the most coveted varieties is the 1981 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, often referred to as an error coin. These coins are in high demand because they are very rare, and the minting process in 1981 had some irregularities that led to their uniqueness. What makes the 1981 penny so valuable? So why exactly is the 1981 Lincoln penny worth such a huge amount today? Well, the value is primarily driven by its rarity. Here's the thing. In 1981, the U.S. Mint produced a significant number of Lincoln pennies, but there were fewer examples of certain minting errors or unique characteristics, like the famous double die error, which only a small percentage of coins ever have. The 1981 penny, especially one without a mint mark or with misprints, is considered one of those rare finds that make collectors go wild. Moreover, the overall scarcity of high-quality examples in circulation today plays a huge part. coins with minting flaws that go unnoticed or ones in pristine condition are extremely valuable because they've survived decades of wear and tear. The $66,000 1981 Lincoln 1-cent coin. Now let's talk about the big number, the $66,000 market value. You might be wondering, how can a penny from 1981 be worth that much? It all comes down to the condition of the coin, its rarity, and the market demand from collectors and investors. In particular, the $66,000 valuation comes from a very specific 1981 Lincoln penny that has surfaced in the market. This coin is in exceptional condition, likely graded at MS 67 or higher by the numismatic grading companies. But the real magic is that this coin has one of the rarest characteristics, a minting error that occurred during the production process, which makes it stand out among the other pennies minted that year. Coins like these are highly desirable, and when one of them is auctioned, collectors from all over the world are willing to pay top dollar to add it to their collections. And just to show you how valuable it can get, similar era pennies from the early 80s have fetched significant sums in auction houses, with some reaching even higher values in certain circumstances. How to identify the valuable 1981 Lincoln penny? So, how do you identify a 1981 Lincoln penny that could be worth a fortune? The most important thing to check is the mint mark. Remember, most pennies from 1981 have a D mint mark or are marked with P, indicating their origin. But the real treasures are the ones that have either no mint mark or a special error in their design. Here's what you should look out for. No mint mark. A standard penny should have either a D, for Denver, or P, for Philadelphia, mint mark. But the 1981 pennies without a mint mark are much rarer and valuable. Doubled die errors. Look closely at the Lincoln portrait and the lettering. If you spot doubled features or any misalignment in the design, you've got an error coin on your hands. High-grade condition, coins in mint state, like MS 65 or MS 67, can be incredibly valuable. So check for any signs of wear. The better the condition, the higher the value. You might be thinking, I don't think I'll find a rare 1981 penny in my change today. But the truth is, 1981 pennies are still out there, waiting to be found. Many collectors scour through rolls of pennies, looking for rare finds, and believe it or not, the chances of discovering a valuable 1981 penny are still possible. Because these coins were minted more than 40 years ago, many have been forgotten or spent. However, due to their rarity, they're continuously rediscovered as people search through old change jars, collections, and coin rolls. That's why it's always a good idea to check your pocket change every now and then. You never know when you might stumble upon a hidden gem. If you're thinking about starting your collection or even flipping a valuable coin for profit, here are some tips for handling your 1981 pennies. Get the right grading. Coins are often graded on their condition, which affects their value. A penny in mint condition will fetch significantly more than one that's been worn down. Work with a professional. If you believe you've found a rare or valuable 1981 penny, it's always a good idea to get it evaluated by a professional coin grader. Check auction results. Coins like these are often sold through auctions. Keep an eye on auction houses that specialize in rare coins to get an idea of current market trends. So, there you have it, the 1981 Lincoln 1 cent. While it might look like just another penny to the untrained eye, for serious collectors and numismatists, it's a hidden treasure with a rich history and a potentially huge payoff. With the right knowledge, patience, and a little bit of luck, you could be holding onto a coin worth thousands, or even $66,000. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it with fellow coin collectors, and subscribe to the channel for more valuable coin content. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare penny or if you're on the hunt for one right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Welcome back, coin collectors and enthusiasts. If you're into numismatics, today's video is for you. We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in American history, the 1999 Lincoln 1 cent coin. Believe it or not, this humble penny, which many of us have in our pocket change, can be worth up to $71,000 today. Yes, you heard that right. Keep watching to discover how a simple penny became a rare gem in the world of coins, and why collectors are paying top dollar for it. Let's get started. A quick overview of the Lincoln Cent series. Before we dive into the specific 1999 penny, let's take a quick look at the history of the Lincoln Cent. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since 1909, making it one of the longest-running coin series in U.S. history. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln has graced the obverse of the coin for over a century. Over the years, the design has seen several changes, from the wheatback to the memorial design, and eventually, to the shield cent design we know today. But it's the Lincoln Cent from 1999 that we're focusing on today. You might be wondering, what makes this penny so valuable? Let's find out. The 1999 Lincoln 1-cent coin, what makes it special? Let's talk about the specifics. The 1999 Lincoln 1-cent coin was minted during a period of change for the U.S. Mint. The year 1999 marked the 190th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and the U.S. Mint celebrated with the introduction of the Presidency series of coins, including the first ever State Quarter series. While most 1999 pennies look pretty much like any other Lincoln cent, featuring the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the memorial design on the reverse, some coins from this year were produced with errors that make them incredibly valuable. These mistakes, along with certain unique characteristics, are what sets some 1999 pennies apart from the rest. The key error: the 1999 wide AM penny. Now, let's get into the heart of the matter. What makes the 1999 Lincoln Cent so valuable is an error that occurred during production: the 1999 wide AM penny. You might be thinking, what's the big deal about an AM? Well, let me explain. On most Lincoln Cents from 1999, the letters A and M in America are very close together on the reverse side of the coin. However, for the 1999 wide AM penny, the A and M were minted further apart, creating a noticeable gap between them. This variation, known as the wide AM error, is incredibly rare, and it has collectors scrambling to find one. The mistake occurred when the die that stamped the reverse of the coins was made incorrectly, causing the letters to be spaced apart more than usual. The result? A highly sought-after error coin that is worth thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, of dollars. Value and rarity: why is it worth $71,000? So, how much can the 1999 wide AM penny really be worth? Well, the value of this rare coin can vary depending on its condition, but in excellent condition, these pennies can fetch anywhere from $10,000 to $71,000. The most valuable 1999 wide AM penny on record sold for a whopping $71,000 at auction. That's right, $71,000 for a coin that most people would just toss into a jar of spare change without giving it a second thought. But not all 1999 pennies are worth that much, of course. The value really depends on the coin's grade, or its condition, which is rated from good to mint state or proof. The better the condition, the higher the value. How to identify a 1999 wide AM penny? Now, I know what you're probably wondering. How can you tell if you have a valuable 1999 wide AM penny in your possession? Let's break it down. First, examine the reverse of the coin, where America is inscribed. If there's a noticeable gap between the and the M, congratulations. You've got a wide AM penny. In contrast, on a normal 1999 penny, the and M are very close together with no space between them. You can use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to get a closer look at the letters. If you see the wide spacing, then you've found a valuable error coin. Where to sell your 1999 wide AM penny? If you've found a 1999 wide AM penny, you're probably wondering where to sell it for the best price. First, I recommend getting it appraised by a professional numismatist or coin dealer. You can also check out online auction sites like eBay, where rare coins like this one often go for significant amounts. Make sure to get it graded by a reputable company, like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, to confirm its authenticity and condition. Grading is essential for determining its exact market value. So, Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 1999 Lincoln 1-cent coin is a great example of how an error in minting can turn a seemingly ordinary coin into an extraordinary piece of history. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare 1999 wide AM pennies, you could be holding on to a small fortune, up to $71,000. Thanks for watching, and I hope this video has inspired you to dig through your change jars and check for those hidden gems. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for more content on rare coins and their incredible value. Happy hunting, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, coin collectors and enthusiasts! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that might just be hiding in your pocket change right now, the 2012 Lincoln 1-cent coin. While most of us are familiar with the standard pennies we get in our day-to-day transactions, there are a few rare and unique versions of these pennies that are worth a lot more than their face value. In fact, the 2012 Lincoln penny could be worth as much as $11,000 in certain cases. So stick with me as we explore its history, rarity, and the factors that have made this coin a hidden treasure for collectors. Before we get into the details of the 2012 penny itself, let's take a quick look at the iconic Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny, featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, was first introduced in 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. It was designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, and has become one of the most recognizable coins in U.S. history. Over the years, the Lincoln cent has undergone numerous design changes, but one thing has remained constant: its popularity among collectors. From the wheat reverse design to the Lincoln Memorial reverse, and finally to the shield reverse that we see today, the Lincoln penny has witnessed a lot of transformation. The 2012 Lincoln 1-cent coin design visual. Zoom in on the 2012 Lincoln penny, showing both the obverse and reverse sides. Now, let's focus on the star of the show, the 2012 Lincoln 1-cent coin. The obverse, which features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, remained unchanged from previous years. But what makes the 2012 coin stand out is its reverse design. 2012 marked the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln Memorial reverse, and the U.S. Mint released a special edition to commemorate this milestone. However, the true value of this coin isn't just about the design. It's about a rare variety that collectors are desperately searching for. What makes the 2012 Lincoln cent special? Visual. Close-up of a 2012 penny with a magnifying glass focusing on a potential minting error. The 2012 Lincoln penny might seem like just another regular coin at first glance, but certain versions of this penny have a hidden value that could blow your mind. What makes this coin truly special is the potential for rare minting errors, like the doubled die variety and other production anomalies. These coins can sell for hundreds, thousands, and in some rare cases, tens of thousands of dollars. Minting errors are one of the key reasons why some 2012 Lincoln pennies have a market value far above their face value. But how do these errors happen? Well, the U.S. Mint occasionally faces issues during the production process, like improper die alignment or double striking, which leads to these rare and valuable varieties. Rare varieties of the 2012 Lincoln penny visual. Image of a 2012 penny with a noticeable doubling error, highlighted for viewers. Let's take a look at the most sought-after 2012 Lincoln penny varieties that can push the coin's value into the thousands. One of the most valuable errors to look out for is the doubled die variety. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin doesn't properly align, resulting in a doubling effect on the lettering or design features. Collectors will pay a premium for these errors, especially when the doubling is noticeable and pronounced. Another variation to look for is the off-center strike, where the coin wasn't properly aligned in the press, causing part of the design to be missing. Another error that has caught the attention of coin collectors is the cap die error. This happens when the die that strikes the coins becomes damaged and creates a cap-like feature on the coin's design, making it quite rare and valuable. The market value of the 2012 Lincoln 1-cent coin visual. Graph showing the fluctuating market value of the 2012 Lincoln penny. So, now that we know about the rarities, let's talk about the value. While a typical 2012 Lincoln cent is only worth 1 cent in your pocket, rare and error-filled versions can be worth a whole lot more. As of now, the market value of a 2012 Lincoln penny with minting errors can range from $100 to $11,000, depending on the rarity and severity of the error. For example, a 2012 double-die penny could fetch anywhere from $500 to $11,000 if it's in excellent condition and features noticeable doubling on the design. Coins with other minting errors, like the off-center strike or cap die errors, can also sell for thousands of dollars, especially if they've been professionally graded and authenticated. Some of these coins have even gone for as much as $8,000 or more at auctions. How to spot valuable 2012 Lincoln pennies. Visual, step-by-step guide showing viewers how to check their pennies for valuable minting errors. Now, let's talk about how you can spot these valuable pennies in your own collection or pocket change. First, take a close look at the design. Are there any signs of doubling on the lettering or other features on the coin? If so, you might have a double-die variety on your hands. Next, check the coin for any off-center strikes or areas where the design is missing. If part of Lincoln's portrait or the date is cut off, that could indicate an off-center strike, which can add significant value. Also, look for coins that seem to have a worn-out or damaged die impression. These cap die errors can be quite valuable, so don't overlook any coins with unusual features. Lastly, if you're unsure about your find, it's always a good idea to have your coin professionally graded and authenticated by a trusted service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. A certified coin will often fetch a much higher price than an ungraded one. Why 2012 Lincoln pennies are still valuable today. Visual, coin auction results showing the sale prices of high-value 2012 Lincoln pennies. You may be wondering, why are 2012 pennies so valuable today? Well, it all boils down to rarity and demand. The errors that we've talked about are relatively scarce, and collectors are always on the lookout for these unique coins. Over time, as fewer of these errors are found, their value increases. Plus, as time goes on, fewer people will hold on to these pennies, making them even rarer. So if you have one of these coins in your collection, it could be a good idea to hang on to it, because in the future, it could be worth even more. So, there you have it. The 2012 Lincoln 1-cent coin, a seemingly simple penny, can actually be worth thousands of dollars if you know what to look for. Whether it's a double die variety, an off-center strike, or a cap die error, this coin can become a rare gem in any collector's portfolio. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope you found this video informative and helpful in identifying valuable pennies you might have lying around. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more coin tips and rare finds. Until next time, happy hunting!